And good evening, everybody, and welcome here as we will cap off our Bristol race weekend with our fourth race of the season for Season 3 of the NNSCRA Hersheys Cup Series. We are getting ready to go racing for 50 laps, and we had ourselves a really interesting race here last night in the Almond Joy Series. But we're getting ready to find out if Bristol Dirt will do one of two things. One, be a point shaker, or two, put another driver in victory lane with a chance of making this season's 16-driver chase for the championship. So far, we've got three potential candidates. Our Daytona 500 winner, easy for me to say, Sean Galligan. Our winner from Rockingham, UK, Kyle Matthews. And last week, the very first driver to maybe put themselves in the chase for the championship as a rookie, as Matt Haas went to victory lane last week at Las Vegas. Will we see a fourth candidate take a checkered flag here tonight? The points coming into this race: Leon Alvarez is now the points leader in the 33 car. Then you got Kyle Matthews in second. Dallas McIntosh is now up to third. Sean Galligan in fourth, and Zachary Fitzwater fifth. His win last week put Matt Haas up to sixth. Cole Baker is seventh. Tim Walsh eighth. Blaine Keys is ninth. And Jessica Shelton is 10th. One thing I want to point out here: there is a 41-car starting grid here, and I know that I had 42 cars to start the race. This track only holds 41 cars, so I had to go back to who had the slowest speed of the 7 cars that made it, and that was the 27 of Joshua Osborne. Now, Osborne is not in this race, but as soon as we get to command, I'll explain what's going to happen with him in tonight's event.
Drivers, start your engine! Run!
So for Joshua Osborne, he will still get points for tonight's race, and he may actually get more points than he would if he raced. What's going to happen? I went to random.org, I found a random number, and it came up with number 8. So Blaine Keys will be determining how many points Joshua Osborne will get in tonight's race. Where Osborne finishes, that's the number of points that Joshua Osborne gets tonight. So that's how it's going to go down. And we got a car on pit road that looked like that might have been Cole Baker in the 18. But we're getting ready to go green regardless. Oh boy. Well, Bristol already a point shaker as the green flag's out. Zach Flickinger gets us underway. Look at the dust kicked up there in turn 1. How are these drivers even able to see? As here comes Jake Baskinger now looking for the race lead heading into turn 3. Carson Scott up the inside line, almost rubbing doors with James Richardson, and somehow we completed the first lap under green flag conditions, but you can't even see there. They are 4 wide back here. Joshua Sakuli, Keith Batson, Emmanuel Hartnett, Zach Flickinger way on the outside line, and here comes Nathan Hudson up the middle as the race lead goes to Carson Scott for that lap. Cole Baker, Dylan Young both scored a lap down, as I guess they're both on pit road. Yes, Dylan Young just leaving pit roads, as is Cole Baker. So tough break for both of those two early on as James Richardson now moves to the top position. Somehow, someway, we're still under green flag conditions, and they're still 4 wide further back. That's Poteet, Sanford, Hartnett, and Flickinger. 4 wide here at Bristol Dirt, and making it work. Still 4 wide. Now Gonzalez and Cat Telly are on the inside line, and the caution flag is out. The mayhem will finally come to at least a bit of a reprieve as we are under our first caution of the evening with Jake Baskinger leading this race. He did get Richardson at the line, and it looks like Tim Walsh brings out this first caution, and they're backing up on the back straightaway into each other. Galligan, Matthew Dalio sustaining some damage. And Zachary Fitzwater's out of the race. Fitzwater came into this race 5th in points. I saw damage in a car on pit road in the form of Tim Walsh, who came in 8th in points. And already, Bristol Motor Speedway is playing a huge factor into what the point standings will look like. So Baskinger leads under our first caution of the evening. It took a while for it to come out, so we had some good racing there. But we are under yellow. So let's see what happened. This was just inside the top 20, around 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, right in that vicinity. And let's see where the contact originally begins here. Shelton drives it down into the corner. And does the car snap around on her? We saw it in Almond Joy, and yep, that's exactly what happens. Snaps around, up into Michael Norman, collecting Sean Galligan, as well as Tim Walsh. Look at Fitzwater, nowhere to go. Bam! right in the passenger side door of Tim Walsh, and I think Kyle Matthews might have gotten a slight piece of that as well. That's some heavy-duty impact there for the 15 and the 76. And we already know Fitzwater's taking his car behind the wall. He came into this race 5th in the points. Tim Walsh came in 8th in the points, and both of them taking hard licks. Matthew Dowley, you see right there, moving on by. He got a lot of damage in that stack up on the back straightaway when we were under caution. So that may hurt him in his first start of the season as well. And there's Cole Baker leaving pit road, but not on the lead lap, obviously. So we are under caution for the first time tonight. Let's go back now for the restart and see who may be out of the race very early here at Bristol Dirt. Well, we haven't gotten the one to go signal yet, but we will momentarily, I do believe. Jake Baskinger shows the way over Richardson, Scott, Sakuli, and Hudson. Then it's Keith Batson, Charles Sanford, Dylan Poteet, Emmanuel Hartnett, and Zach Flickinger, the pole sitter, dropped all the way back to 10th after what took place in those first few laps. We do have drivers out of the race right now, a total of 2. Zachary Fitzwater and Tim Walsh. Cole Baker is 2 laps down. Dylan Young is 1 lap down. Matthew Dowley was able to get his damage repaired. Continues on as the same for Jessica Shelton and Sean Galligan. So as we get ready to go back green, I'm trying to look for one driver in particular where he's restarting. That is 19th place Benjamin Miles, who I didn't mention at the top of the program, is the defending winner of this race. So we'll see if he can go back-to-back at Bristol Dirt. We're waiting on Dylan Young and Cole Baker. They'll be restarting the inside line as lap machines here to the inside of Jake Baskinger. Here they come. And the pace car will make the left-hand turn down onto the pit road, and we'll get ready to go back racing here on lap 9 of 50. Already 2 drivers out of the race who came into this race top 10 in the point standings. As the green flag will wave once again, we're back on the restart here at Bristol. Jake Baskinger going to have some difficulty here with the lap traffic. Dylan Young and Cole Baker, and Carson Scott's going to use them as a pick. He'll move by for the race lead. Oh, are they going to try it? They thought about it. I think they're 3 wide. I don't think it went 4 wide as Daniel Olson is on pit road, making his 2nd start of the year. Oh, there's a pace car. That's lovely. Richardson now moves to the race lead. Joshua Sakuli now moving into 2nd as Baskinger gets the wall off of 2. And Joshua Sakuli trying to get to the inside of James Richardson for the top position as Olson returns back to the racetrack. And he may be a bit of a blockade for some of these drivers. Well, I guess he got himself fairly up to speed. There's another car down the bottom of the racetrack. That's Matthew Dallio. His damaged race car getting out of the way of the faster machines. And Sakuli moves to the race lead, but now is kind of getting held up here by Daniel Olson in the 47. Here comes Emmanuel Hartnett and Carson Scott trying to get around the inside. Contact there between Hartnett and Nathan Hudson. They somehow keep it together, and here comes Emmanuel Hartnett for the race lead off of Joshua Sakuli. And it looks like he'll take it down the back straightaway. Daniel Olson, I believe, is now off the lead lap. He is 1 lap down. That is indeed the case. So we've got 4 cars off the lead lap now. Battle on for the lead. Nathan Hudson to the inside of Emmanuel Hartnett. And he'll try and take it heading into 3. Out of 4, will Hudson lead this lap? Richardson to his left rear, and Hudson will indeed lead the lap. But here comes the FedEx Toyota. And here comes the Adult World Ford. Richardson and Sakuli right in this mix, and somehow we're still under green flag conditions. That's a shocker in itself. At the line, Richardson gets that lap. And they are almost 4 wide up here for the lead. Oh, Nathan Hudson nearly turned Richardson as they're about to catch up to the slower car of Jessica Shelton. And are we under caution? I thought I might have just seen yellow lights. Nope, we're still green. Hartnett now has to deal with Jessica Shelton. They'll get to the inside. Here comes Kat Tellier in the 35. Where did Kat come from? Tellier going to try and take the lead now away from Emmanuel Hartnett. He's got 5 cars up here in this lead group. Tellier, Hartnett, Hudson, Richardson, and Sakuli. And now Dylan Poteet trying to reel them in as there was almost some contact back there between Charles Sanford, John Hart. Whoa! Hudson gets squirrely and up into the driver's side door of Richardson, but somehow keeps it together, and we're still under green flag conditions. Cat Tellier now the race leader. The battle on for second. Sakuli trying to take the spot from Hudson, succeeds, and now we'll get to the left rear of Tellier for the top position. Here comes Emmanuel Hartnett, gonna go 3 wide for the lead here at Bristol. And he makes it work as Tellier almost got the wall out of turn 2. Running way up there in that high groove, and wow, got a nice run off the corner for sure, but Hartnett now goes back to the race lead. Hartnett showing the way over Sakuli. There's Richardson. Here comes Nathan Hudson 3 wide for second. And now you got John Hart up here in the mix. And we got a car on pit road again with a lot of damage, and I couldn't tell rightly who that was. Was that Dylan Poteet? Oh no, that's Dallio. Okay, that was Matthew Dallio. He is a lap machine. He's badly damaged, and I guess he's just trying to get the car at least somewhat up to running speed as John Hart moves to the 3rd position now, passing Cat Tellier. Hartnett out in front, Hudson into 2nd, and the battle's on for 3rd as we've got some more slower cars that these leaders will have to deal with, that being the Daytona 500 winner, Sean Galligan. Hudson, maybe this might be his time to strike as we are halfway home here at Bristol. Hudson to the bottom on Emmanuel Hartnett. Slower car of Galligan just up ahead. And Hudson, oh, he's trying to make some contact right there with Emmanuel Hartnett. Moves them up out of the way. And now Hudson moves by his good buddy Sean Galligan. So Hudson to the lead. Hartnett now back to 2nd. Cat Tellier now way back here in 3rd with John Hart, James Richardson, Jake Baskinger. And how about this? Remember, Joshua Osborne's points are riding on Blaine Keys in the 8 car. And Keys right now is up currently in the 7th position. How about Daniel Voiles? Great run for him there in the 26. And of the drivers that were go-or-go-homers that had to qualify their way in, oh no! Galligan up into the catch fence after Voiles, Poteet, Young, and McIntyre's in it. Canepa's involved. This is going to be a big wreck. Keith Batson was collected. Chris Dodd got a piece of it. The caution flag is out. Oh, man. Oh, that we saw it in the happening. They tried 4 wide, didn't give enough room, and we're under caution for the 2nd time here tonight at Bristol. And apparently Hartnett did cross the line ahead of Nathan Hudson, so he actually is the race leader. But, oh man, Keith Batson, 2 straight weeks of bad luck. Didn't even get to take the green flag last week at Las Vegas and gets involved in a wreck here. Dylan Young, the lap car involved. We saw Levi McIntyre involved. There's Canepa. Brandon Gonzalez might have been in it. Chris Dodd, I believe, got a piece of it. And we're under caution for the 2nd time here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. So let's take a look back at a replay of what happened as Hartnett shows the way with less than 20 to go. Well, this just got too tight too quick, and I don't know if anybody was able to really get off anybody else. Slower car of Galligan holding up Dylan Young, who is up to speed, but also off the lead lap himself. He's going to dive to the inside on Galligan here. You got Poteet and Voiles already side by side going into the corner. And Poteet just gets completely run out of room. Voiles moves up, Young moves down, and so Poteet, there's nothing he can do. And there you see, hooks the 26 of Voiles up into Sean Galligan, who goes up and into the catch fence here at Bristol. And then everybody else on that high side is going to have some difficulty. More contact there for Poteet. Leon Alvarez gets a piece of that. Flickinger got involved. And then watch here as you see Canepa and Levi McIntyre caught up on the high side. Nowhere to go for McIntyre. He's going to get into the right rear of Canepa. Up into the wall they go. And then watch Keith Batson trying to avoid. And Canepa comes right down into his line of racing. And I believe that Keith Batson is going to make some contact with the 88 of the defending champion Chris Dodd here as well. Keith trying to hang on to it. And yep, right there into the passenger side door of the Staples Chevrolet. So Boy, hard impact right there. Galligan taking a wild ride here at Bristol. And boy, some tough breaks for a number of drivers once again here. Some of them running pretty well in the point standings. So as we're waiting on the race officials to give us the signal it's good to go, we're waiting for the one to green. How about we update you on where the drivers in the point standings currently are running. The points leader, Leon Alvarez, right now runs in 19th. Kyle Matthews, second in the points. He is running back in 29th. Dallas McIntosh, third in points, is all the way back in 27th. Sean Galligan, I believe, is now out of the race. Indeed, he is. He'll retire in the 39th position officially. Zachary Fitzwater is also already out of the race in the 40th spot. Matt Haas right now is currently running in 14th. He comes in 6th in points. Cole Baker is multiple laps down. He is 36th as things stand right now. Tim Walsh also out of the race in 41st. Blaine Keys is currently running fairly well in the 6th position. He comes in 9th in points, and Jessica Shelton is off the lead lap. She currently is running in 32nd place. As we get ready to go back to green, the cars out of the race after that incident include Keith Batson, Daniel Voiles, and Sean Galligan. We have 31 cars on the lead lap. Green flag back out. Emmanuel Hartnett, the race leader, trying to hang on with less than 20 laps to go. Here comes Kat Tellier trying to make it 3 wide with the lap car of Cole Baker for the lead. And Tellier makes it work, at least for now. Led that lap. And now we'll try again on that inside line. Oh, they're 4 wide back there between Chris Dollerton, Matt Haas, a couple of rookies mixing it up here just outside of the top 10 as Nathan Hudson tries to go back to the lead in the Sailor Moon Chevrolet. Nathan Hudson, 1 career win in the Hersheys Cup Series, came at the road course of Lime Rock last season. He'd love to win at a dirt track as Kyle Matthews is on the pit lane. Second in the point standings, troubles for him. Now Daniel Olson in the 47 is a lap down. The only cars in the lead lap up here are the 97, 6, 35, and 05. But that 47 of Olson could play a factor into who's going to win this race as Hartnett gets loose into that corner. Nearly slid up into Kat Tellier, and Nathan Hudson is going to get the wall. They're off of 2. Kat Tellier, after all this, gets the lead. And whoa, contact between John Art and Emmanuel Hartnett as they rub doors for second. And I believe the caution flag just came out. Yes, it did. We are under the yellow flag for the 3rd time tonight now here at Bristol. Kat Tellier will be the race leader, and let's see who is involved in this one. Joseph Srigley in the 24. And Srigley came into this race 11th in the point standings. He was poised to jump into the top 10 in the standings. Carson Scott also involved in the 38. And Daniel Olson, I believe, yes, he did. He battled his way back onto the tail of the lead lap. He's now in the lead lap in that 47. So, timely caution for him. I don't know if anybody else was involved or not, but if they were or weren't, we will find out in just a moment because we're about to go back and take a look at a replay of our 3rd caution of the evening with Kat Tellier out in front. And we will have less than 10 to go. We will have a shootout when we come back here to live action at Bristol. Well, we've seen it all night long. We've seen it all weekend long. This time, the battle on between Joseph Srigley and Carson Scott. Srigley just can't hang on to it. Car snaps around on him. Up into Carson Scott. Just an innocent bystander, innocent victim. And Srigley hard. Nose first into the outside retaining wall, along with the 38 of Scott. Fortunately, everybody else was able to move down, navigate to the inside line, and was able to avoid these two, but hard impact there for Joseph Srigley. Was trying to move his way into the top 10 in the points here tonight. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, as it looks like he's taken his car behind the wall already. Carson Scott also, a lot of heavy damage sustained on his Great Clips Chevrolet. So that's what put us under the caution, maybe for the final time tonight. We don't know for certain. Oh, wow, and a little contact there as well for Kyle Matthews, who had been on pit road for an unscheduled stop, from what we understand. So let's go back now, find out how many laps we'll have to finish out tonight's race at Bristol Dirt. Well, the lights are still on top the pace car, but it's time for a full field rundown as we will have a shootout to finish out this race. Kat Tellier's the race leader, Nathan Hudson second, 3rd place John Art, 4th is Emmanuel Hart, and Charles Sanford has now fought his way up to 5th. 6th is Jake Baskinger. Blaine Keys in 7th. Matt Haas in 8th. 9th is Benjamin Miles. The defending winner of this race has cracked the top 10. And JT Bryant will run in the 10th position. It'll be Joshua Sekuli 11th. Pole sitter Zach Flickinger runs in 12th. 13th Trent Dunham. 14th Anthony McCurry. Chris Dollarton's in 15th. Cody Lamas in 16th. 17th place is James Richardson, as we've gotten the signal 1 to go. Joshua Michaels 18th. Leon Alvarez 19th. And Pichu London's 20th. 21st place will be Colin Denton. Dallas McIntosh 22nd. Michael Norman 23rd. 24th Levi McIntyre. Dylan Pote 25th. 26th Chris Dodd. Brandon Gonzalez 27th. And the last car in the lead lap, Daniel Olson in 28th. One lap down in 29th is Dylan Young. The other lap cars that are going to be continuing on, Jessica Shelton in 30th. 31st will be Cole Baker. 32nd Kyle Matthews. 33rd will probably be Isaac Canepa. And it looks like Matt Dahlia will more than likely finish in 39th place. Is out of the race for Carson Scott and Joseph Srigley from that incident. Green flag back out. It'll be 8 laps to go here at Bristol. No lap cars to contend with since we had less than 10 to go. As the battle looks like it might be for the second position, John Arndt trying to get to the inside of Nathan Hudson for that spot. Can't do it. Hudson in turn is going to try and go for the lead off Cat Tellier. Charles Sanford looking 3 wide. That's for 4th place as he's fighting his way up to the front. Charles Sanford, well-known dirt track racer, as Hudson will take the lead going into 1. 6 laps to go, and look who's making his way up to the front. It's the defending winner of this race, Benjamin Miles, in the 42. Does he have enough time to do something? John Arndt now going for second, now looking for the race lead off of Nathan Hudson. Side by side down the back straightaway, Arndt has himself to the inside of Hudson, trying to make the move here out of 4, and he will clear Nathan Hudson for the lead. 4 to go here at Bristol. Tellier now moves into the second position. Benjamin Miles up in the fray with Jake Baskinger and Emmanuel Hartnett. Can they keep it green for a little more than 3 more laps? John Arndt shows the way. Tellier in second. Baskinger now moves to 3rd. Here comes Cat Tellier for the race lead. And Baskinger might think about 3 wide going into 3. Not this time at least. Now he'll stick it down there in the middle of 3. Here comes Hartnett as well in the 97. 2 laps to go at Bristol. Tellier leads that lap, but not by much. Here comes Baskinger to the bottom. Here comes Hartnett. Miles. Last week's winner, Matt Haas, is up in the mix as well, trying to win 2 races in a row. White flag displayed. One more time around. Baskinger to the inside. Caution! Caution is out. Is the race ending under caution? It is! And Jake Baskinger beat Cat Tellier to the line. So Baskinger will win this race under caution. He's got to get around the 35 before they cross the line. There we go. And Jake Baskinger takes the checkered flag in a crazy finish tonight at Bristol. Oh, I wish that they had been able to finish it under green. I don't even know what brought out that caution at the end, but doggone it, we were setting up for a really good finish there. You had Emmanuel Hartnett that could have made a move, Cat Tellier, Benjamin Miles, but it all just came to a rather anticlimactic end as they all crossed the finish line under the yellow flag. But the end result still remains that Jake Baskinger will pick up, I believe this is his 4th Hersheys Cup Series win and first of Season 3. He's now gone all 3 seasons with at least 1 win per season in the Hersheys Cup Series. Wow, and look at the cars that finished off the lead lap. That whole thing, that's, I think, a glitch. But Baskinger will win. Cat Tellier will finish 2nd. Hartnett 3rd. Benjamin Miles must love this place. A win last year and 4th place here tonight. And Matt Haas, what a great run to finish up his, or to cap off his run last week. His trip to Victory Lane at Las Vegas. He's going to get a top 5 here tonight at Bristol Dirt. John Arndt will get 6th. Blaine Keys gets 7th, and in so doing, so does Joshua Osborne get 7th place points. Charles Sanford will be 8th. Nathan Hudson dropped back to 9th, and Joshua Sekuli finishes in 10th. Of the Go or Go Home drivers, Chris Dollarton finished the highest. He finished in 11th place. Trent Dunham in 12th. Cody Lamas 13th. Pole sitter Zach Flickinger in 14th. 15th was James Richardson. Then it was McCurry, Denton, Olson, Bryant, and Alvarez. If you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, I believe of the drivers that actually did finish on the lead lap, the last car to finish on the lead lap was Joshua Michaels in the 28th position, but it had that little glitch at the end of the race. So I believe a total of 28 cars finished on the lead lap. Dylan Young finished 2 laps down in 29th. Jessica Shelton in 30th. Kyle Matthews 31st. Cole Baker 32nd. And Isaac Canepa in 33rd. Carson Scott, Joseph Wrigley, Keith Batson out of the race. Matthew Dalio kept making numerous trips to pit road to repair his car. He'll finish 37th. Then out of the race also were Daniel Voyle, Sean Galligan, Zachary Fitzwater, and Tim Walsh. If I were to look at the point standings coming into tonight's race and pick a driver that may leave tonight as the points leader, it could potentially be last week's winner and top 5 finisher tonight, Matt Haas. He came into tonight's race 6th in the point standings, and you look at the drivers ahead of him in the point standings. Leon Alvarez finished 20th. Kyle Matthews finished off the lead lap, way down, I believe was in the 32nd position. Dallas McIntosh, where did he finish? 22nd. You got Sean Galligan. He finished out of the race. So did Fitzwater. So did Walsh. Shelton finished off the lead lap. Cole Baker finished off the lead lap. So as things stand, potentially one of 3 people will be the new points leader. It'll be more than likely either just barely hanging on Leon Alvarez, or Dallas McIntosh will take the points lead over, or it will be Matt Haas at the top of the leaderboard. I'm pretty sure it'll be one of those 3. But what will be the points interval between those 3? Who knows? But Jake Baskinger may have just put his name in the hat as a candidate to be in the chase for the championship, joining Matt Haas, Kyle Matthews, and Sean Galligan with his win here tonight. But thank you all so much for tuning into tonight's race here from Bristol Dirt. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, become part of the crew today. Next week, we head for race number 5, and I don't right off the top of my head remember where we're going. I think it's Atlanta, but I might be incorrect in that. You'll see it when it comes out. We'll show you again, once again, down through the finishing results here. There they are. And now you will look at your point standings heading into next week's race. And again, congratulations, Jake Baskinger, on the win here tonight at Bristol Dirt. We will see you guys next week as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.